Very exciting Oregon football news.
We got some hot news.
Yeah. So the Ducks, the networks actually, not the Ducks, but the networks announced some game times. And that's kind of cool and whatever.
Yeah,
but
I guess. Hey.
Well, there's so many different windows now. Like, it is of note that the Ducks will be playing that Northwestern game up there in Chicago at 9 West Coast time.
Yeah.
So they have one of those early kicks. So that'll be on Fox on the 13th of September.
Well, good thing Northwestern isn't very good. And I think Oregon now, I'm pretty certain that Oregon and a lot of schools practice in the morning. So, I mean, it sucks. But, you know, the week before, you reset the body clock, maybe go out there a day early. I mean, it'd be one thing if you were playing Ohio State at a 9 a.m. local time, but you'll be fine. We make, I think, sometimes too much of kick times. I mean, I've played morning games, I've played night games. The sweet spot is always, the noon to 3 is what you want, but games aren't won and lost because of kick times.
So the Oklahoma State game at Autzen will be September 6th. They're going to kick that off at 12:30. That'll be on CBS for you.
See, that's prime right there. Because, you don't have to wake up too early. You get some tailgating in. I think people would probably like that to be maybe 3:30, but then you get home at a decent time. I love the 12:30 kick. Big fan.
I agree.
Big fan.
If I were going, I would love that.
Yes.
And then
you didn't say the Montana State time, you jerk.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that.
Yeah,
You gloss over the season opener.
I'm going in order of importance. Actually, I'm not.
No, you're not.
No.
Penn State would be the first one.
I don't like your dismissal of the first game.
Big Ten Network, your opener against Montana State, 1 p.m.
Tasty little kickoff time.
Let's play the fun game of how many empty seats, because the students aren't back yet. It's Montana State.
Well, we have to have the conversation of what's wrong with college football, and nobody's going.
No, guarantee there'll be some sort of hot topic think piece that happens.
Yeah,
there.
that or why do they even play these games against teams where they can beat them by 80 or whatever?
No conversation will be actually had about football. Although, that's one.
Unless the offense sputters, and then we'll have a quarterback controversy.
Well, watch out for my Grizz.
That's
my Bobcats.
There you go. Montana State, though, I mean,
they're good.
That's a really good team.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, that's good pizza. That is one of those games that I've never understood why you play.
Hell yeah, that's good pizza.
Because if you blow the doors off of them, who cares? It's Montana State. But it's like with Idaho, every now and then one of those schools comes out and gives you a game, or South Dakota, something ends up nicking you in the knee, and then you look like a fool. If you're gonna play a nobody team, literally go play a nobody team. Give me the Sister Mary School of the Blind, right? Play that, or don't. I don't like those Montana State games. That's all risk, nothing to gain.
So then on the 27th of September, as you know, the Ducks will be traveling to Penn State, Happy Valley, and they have been chosen as the one whiteout game of the season. So at 4:30 Pacific time, it'll be on NBC. The Ducks will play in Happy Valley, and it will be a whiteout.
I just have always preferred the whites.
I can't wait till Dan Lanning is asked about the whites, and then he has to, he's got to.
So does this mean that the Ducks will do their best to wear as much white as possible? Because I was just thinking about him remember, because they danced around to jump around in Wisconsin.
I'm telling you right now, if Dan Lanning is gonna go full Dan Lanning, they wear the Stormtroopers.
Ooh,
but doesn't Penn State wear?
Do they? No, they wear blue at home, right?
Blue at home.
Yeah. So Oregon could go.
They're gonna wear the whites.
But I mean, Penn State could choose. The home team chooses.
Right. I guess they could go white. Do they, or have they for their own?
I would have
whiteouts?
to look at that, but they wear blue at home.
Yeah.
But if Oregon really wants to give the FU, you just wear the Stormtroopers at the whiteout. Phenomenal troll.
Go ahead.
I don't know if you would, because Penn State still wears white pants and white helmet, so I'm guessing that they don't, because it could get a little weird, but I just think it would be great at the whiteout at night, 100,000 people, and Oregon. You go into warm-ups wearing one thing, and then when you come back out, you come back running out, because Notre Dame does this sometimes. Like they go out in one thing and they'll come out wearing the special uniform.
Really?
It'd be freaking awesome.
Oregon did it in the Rose Bowl when they had those shiny helmets. They didn't warm up in them. They came out of the tunnel with them.
Notre Dame has done that a couple times. Like, surprise, bitches, shiny helmets.
No kidding.
Yeah, I think
just helmets.
I think they've done it with their green jerseys
done it with
too.
with the green jerseys too, but I know they did it with the
What
helmets.
a dumb bit. What is that for?
It's just it's a little.
The other team's like,
the guys sucked up.
Oh no!
Or
It's
maybe they lean against it and they go full blackout. What's stronger than the white? The dark. And there's going to be some very inspirational Ducks versus them, like history of the white, the snow, the crystallization of a snowflake, something like that.
Okay, well, I don't know what they're going to do, but I do know that the whiteout is a thing. It's usually their biggest game of the year.
Yeah.
And and everybody wears white in the stadium now.
And by the way, I did look it up, and no, Penn State does not wear their road white uniforms during the whiteouts. So they will be wearing blue.
Yeah.
So in theory, if Oregon wanted to, they could do stormtroopers.
I don't think they could, because if you think about it, you mentioned it, Penn State will have white pants, white helmet.
Yeah.
Ducks would have white pants, white helmet, white. The only thing that wouldn't be white
Are you saying too much white?
Would be the Penn State jerseys.
No one can handle that much white.
I'm moving more into the whites.
It's too white. Well, if you could, if the rules would allow it, you wear the stormtroopers and stick it where the sun don't shine for the Nittany Lion game.
So, do you know the history of the whiteout? Do you know how it began?
I do not.
Well, I had to go read up on this today, for show purposes.
Mm-hmm.
In 2002, leading up to a very big game against Nebraska, there was a fear that in Happy Valley there would be a sea of red because the Nebraska fans travel.
Yeah. Better than maybe anybody. Those dudes are nuts. And
So an email began circulating amongst Penn State fans to wear both blue to the game and not sell their tickets to Husker fans.
Sure. Makes
So
sense.
it was dubbed Operation Visine to get the red out. See what they did there?
Yeah, that's clever.
And that was the precursor to the modern whiteout.
Oh, but that's not a whiteout. That's a blue out.
Yeah, but it morphed into the whiteout
Are they the
because
first?
of that.
Are they the first ones to do that? Because now
That was only 2002. I can't imagine they were the
Yeah.
first.
Yeah, they were the first ones to ever wear the same color. Come on, Penn State.
I
No,
didn't
you
know
weren't.
if because the fans and all that. I think everyone does it. BYU has a blackout, which is the most ironic thing in the world because we have 3 black guys on the team. But we do blackouts. They wear black uniforms.
Black, please. Thank you.
I think a lot of people do the blackout.
Penn State's record on whiteout games.
Mhm.
So that one technically wasn't a whiteout game.
Okay, yeah.
Because
yeah.
they were blue. But
I'm guessing it's not that great because if they're picking it for the biggest game of the year, I'm guessing that's close to 500.
so in 2004, they were kind of having a down year,
Mhm.
and their AD asked them all to wear white to a game against Purdue.
Okay.
And they kind of did.
Purdue.
Yeah. And that's where it started. So
Way
the
to have
first
way to have some balls against that big Purdue team.
the first one, well, Purdue was number 9 at the time.
Oh, well, I stand corrected.
Yeah.
Hey,
You might want to walk that back.
I will. Who could
Who
have
the
thought
hell was on
Pur-
that team?
Yeah, Purdue was top 10.
2004? Probably
No, that's not Drew Brees.
It's not Breeze.
Yeah. It's probably like a Curtis Painter.
Ooh, good call. I bet it is.
what about
There is no one else at Purdue football.
wasn't there one other good quarterback there?
I'll look here and see what we got.
Oh wait.
Scrolling.
They lost, by the way.
Kyle Orton.
Kyle Orton.
Yeah, there wasn't a. See? He was awesome.
Kyle Orton was good. I thought you're like, see.
Well, I knew it was a name
And
that I knew.
Rob Ninkovich.
It had to be because Purdue.
And
Otherwise,
Bernard Pollard.
Purdue is not ranked that high without a really good
They
quarterback.
went 7-5.
Well, they were number 9 at the time,
Okay.
and they beat Penn State 20-13
Hmm.
in 2004. That started the whiteout. Now it was solidified the next year when Penn State upset number 6 Ohio State at the whiteout.
Okay.
And that, of course, then
Yeah.
everybody's like, well, we have
Yep.
to do this every year. So Michigan, they do it for the Michigan game a lot, or have done it for the Michigan game a lot, and Ohio State game. Oregon will be the opponent for the whiteout this year. Penn State's record overall for whiteout games is 13-8,
All right.
and they have won 6 in a row.
Ooh.
So it was a losing record.
Yeah.
But now that they're good,
Yeah.
I do feel like there have been a couple times where they've put the whiteout on crappy games
Yeah. Just to get a.
just to get some dubs.
But I also think they've put it on a couple Ohio State games that they've definitely lost
Thanks for
close ones.
listening.
So
Not since 2018, though.
Can I say that is my
I was listening
favorite-
the whole time.
No, you weren't. That is my favorite thing. Is when Rob says something.
I swear I heard everything.
literally just said Ohio State and Michigan games, and Michael was like, I think they threw in some Ohio State games as well. I freaking love it. Never change.
Yeah, so they beat number 16 Michigan in 2019, number 22 Auburn in 2021. Of course, there wasn't a COVID game. Minnesota, see, they put Minnesota on there.
Yeah.
Row the boat, beat them handily. Number 24 Iowa.
Sometimes the Whites need a win.
Hey, the Washington game last year was a whiteout.
Oh.
Yeah, and they beat him 35-6.
Yeah, Washington sucked.
And they also had a whiteout for their college football playoff game against SMU. So they did 2 whiteouts
That was
last
also
year,
a win.
and they won those. So they won 6 in a row.
And by the way,
So watch out, Ducks.
And Oregon plays Rutgers at 4 and Minnesota at 6. There's the 2 other.
The Minnesota news, though, that's on a Friday, not on a Saturday. So
there you go.
That's gives them one more day to prepare for USC, but also just not a Saturday game.
Also announced was that on the 20th of September, the Apple Cup in Pullman will be on CBS at 4:30. 4:30.
That's I'm still having to
4.
Yeah, the Civil War Apple Cup beginning of the year thing. That's just
week 4.
Yeah. And
Coincidentally,
remember last year Washington State beat them. Everyone thought that those rivals were
Yeah.
just gonna, that was gonna be a just a universal ass kicking, and Washington ran like to the short side of the field on a quarterback sprint and lost the game.
who is Washington State's coach now?
They got the guy from South Dakota State who has brought over like every player from South Dakota State, and his name is
Bill. Terry.
Jimmy Rogers.
Is that his name?
No, I just made it up.
Well, it kind of did sound made up.
It sounded made up.
Jimmy Rogers?
Jimmy Rogers.
That's correct.
From South Dakota
From
State.
South Dakota State. He was the coach of the Jackrabbits.
Was
who
that
took
a good
down
hire?
Well, South Dakota State's good. Remember they beat your Kansas Jayhawks a few
Yeah.
years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was really successful at South Dakota State.
By the way,
so-
that's not saying much. But
Well,
yes, they have a good program. That game, so 4:30 on CBS in Pullman. Coincidentally, that game is 7 days before the Huskies have to go host Ohio State.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a little tidbit, a little sprinkle tidbit.
Yeah, you know what? That's exactly why I said that, Jace.
I like
It's a
it. Just
tidbit.
a little,
Yeah.
little tiddy there.
Oh.
Tid.
TIDDY.
TID. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Jeez.
Well, I'd say that's 2 days in a row. You have almost been called into HR. If we had an HR department, you would have been called in.
Fined by the FCC?
You can say there's nothing wrong with that. TIDD. It'd be Y.
Well, I smell a segment.
What can you say on the radio?
I don't want to
like
say
that.
this.
I don't like that
Don't-
segment.
no. this is
that's
not
not
a
the
segment.
No, I smell a segment for football season. Can I say
Well, you said...
TIDDY?
Yeah.
College football titties.
Boy.
What?
Again,
That's what he said.
I know.
That's fine. That you can say that.
I was more comfortable.
Tidbits.
I
We
was
both
more
said that.
comfortable when you did the Tuesday tidbitties, which was
Ah,
already on
there
a
we go.
dangerous tightrope.
Yeah, I think you're right. This was not good. We shouldn't have done any of this.